Hello, and welcome to our new podcast series, Cinematics of Investing, on financial wellness, where we talk with Saurabh Jain about financial planning and investing with a Bollywood tadka. You can listen to this Money Connect podcast on the Edelweiss Mutual Fund website, Spotify, Google Podcast, and Apple Podcast. In this episode of Cinematics of Investing, we will talk about how to stay courageous when markets are volatile.
Hi Neha, what are you watching on OTT these days?
Well, believe it or not, but I just recently saw Bahubali for the first time and I was completely impressed. What a great movie!
It's a fabulous movie, Neha. And do you know that it can teach us a great deal about investing as well? For example, it teaches us to be fearless during all circumstances, like Bahubali the actor, and not be greedy like Bhallaldev, the brother of Bahubali.
Oh, Saurabh, again you go connecting everything with investing. Jokes apart, though, I really like the way you make a fairly boring subject like finance interesting by connecting it to the movies.
Well, Neha, financial planning is a very important part of our lives. We must not ignore it, which is why I like to make it simple and interesting. Now tell me, which qualities of the character Bahubali did you admire the most?
I really appreciated the fact that he was brave, courageous, and had a never give up attitude.
Perfect. Investors should also have these qualities as they can help them have a smooth investment journey and potentially create wealth over the long term. Investors should have the courage and patience to achieve their financial goals with right investments. Markets are like a roller coaster ride. When the roller coaster goes up, the level of thrill and excitement also increases. On the other hand, when the roller coaster starts coming down, some sort of nervousness and fear creeps in. The exact same thing happens in market as well. When market goes up, investors get excited, and when market falls, investors start getting scared. But let me ask you something. When roller coaster ride goes down, do you open your seat belt and jump off?
No, obviously not.
Right. You don't jump off because you know the repercussions of such a harsh action. Then why do you jump out of the market every time it falls? Most investors sell off their holdings when the market starts falling, thereby converting their paper losses into actual losses. The thing is that there is no need to do this, especially if you have invested keeping in mind certain long term goals. For example, if you have invested for your child's education and you need this money after 10 years, then there is no need to be worried about current market volatility since the money is required after 10 years. Moreover, if you have invested through a systematic investment plan, you should definitely stay invested so that you can accumulate more units at a lower price.
This is very important, Saurabh. Today, investors get carried away by all the chatter on social media, television channels, etc., and end up making wrong financial decisions. This roller coaster experience is a stepping stone. Can you elaborate more by giving some real life examples?
Sure. Let us go back to the lemon crisis of 2008. Many investors pull money out of the markets in the immediate aftermath of the crisis, but the market proved to be resilient and eventually bounced back to deliver a stellar gains. The Sensex had dropped down by 61% that time in 1 year, but come back with a steep 157% rise in 1.5 years. This is a human psychology to become fearful, go into a shell, and withdraw all funds from the market, even at losses during the market uncertainty. But those who learn from the past opt to go for a safer investment modes like SIPs so that the current opportunity does not become another lost opportunity.
That's really motivating, and I can understand how this relates to the movie Bahubali. In the movie, Bahubali had to face lots of ups and downs, but he stood firm and courageous and became victorious. After all, as is rightly said, correction is temporary while growth is permanent.
Absolutely true, Neha. This again reminds me of a legendary advice from the investing legend Warren Buffett. Be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy. In cinematic words, while investing, Be fearless like Bahubali and don't be greedy like Bhallaldev.
Really well said, Saurabh. It is easy to read loud, but when it comes to practice, it is very difficult to practice yourself. One needs to be disciplined while investing and should avoid all the distractions. Thank you, Saurabh. I'm sure that many of our listeners will now be charged up to handle the market ups and downs with courage. We hope you have enjoyed this podcast. You can listen to more such interesting anecdotes on financial planning and investing on our Money Connect podcast. These are available on the Edelweiss Mutual Fund website, Spotify, Google Podcast, and Apple Podcast for you to listen, learn, and enjoy as per your convenience. An investor education and awareness initiative of Edelweiss Mutual Fund. All mutual fund investors have to go through a one-time KYC process. Investors should deal only with registered mutual funds. For more info on KYC, RMF, and procedure to lodge or redress any complaints, please visit our website www.edelweissmf.com.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risk. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.